Last time on Pretty Wizard.
Hey, Leaf, I gotta say, space sucks.
Putting on this armor just felt right, but it doesn't matter now, because the person in front of you stands only 20 feet away from you, the man that I'm sure you could blame for a lot of the pain that your families felt.
I know you may not want to kill him, but I think if you don't, he's gonna kill all of us. Go get him, Tiger.
I'll be back. And then I turn into a tiger.
Fucking go!
As you remove the shield away from your face, you notice that flesh golem's no longer there.
Fuck me.
But instead it's a rigid arcane model. You go to push away on it, but as soon as you touch it, it flickers in and out.
No. No. No.
And then you hear the voice.
Hello, everyone.
What the heck?
I'm an old man. I want to die.
What the fuck are we doing?
I have to kill him. I have to kill him. I have to kill him. I have to kill him.
I break the triangle and slowly start walking towards Abzael.
As Marco, you try to grab Leaf's attention, Abzael looks up at the both of you. You can just see blood starts pooling in his eyes.
Marco turns to Leaf. I don't want to do this.
The harpoon goes off and finds its target right in Abzael's right shoulder. Marco severs your hand from your body. Distant whispers vanish instantly, and from this darkness rises up a being of pure white light. Wings angelic, just like the one you've seen on Nero. Yeah, and then just like a really creepy, sad melody starts to be played on this electric guitar.
Would it be appropriate to walk into the middle of everything and cast Thunderwave?
Very.
So I take 16. So I'm at a clean 100.
I take 8, so I'm at a clean 2.
Marco looks at Leaf one last time, and he goes down.
Hi, this is Alan Parrish, and you're listening to Pretty Wizard.
A loud ringing. That's all that you can process right now as you stumble back on your feet. As you get your bearings, you see the scene in front of you. This loud sound originated from this now still arcane model. Abzael, flung back in his own pool of blood, leaned against a wall now. And Marco, on the ground still. Leaf, you're standing there in front of your once friends.
I run over to Marco, and it looks very similar to when I ran over to Potato. I kind of get down like on my knees and like pick him up essentially. And I think I just I look at him for a little bit.
As you're looking at Marco, you feel a hand on your back. Somewhat of a comforting hand, and then a second hand.
It's a shame what had to happen, but he decided to follow the enemy. I know he must have been close to you, Leaf, but I think we can all agree this was for the best.
I think I kind of lay Marco down, gently, and then stand up back to my feet and turn around to face Harold. As I do that, I take a second to glance over at Abzael.
As you glance towards Abzael, you can see him is kind of stirring back to consciousness, and his eyes are just kind of trying to figure out what's straight.
Ooh, well, I'm glad that's all over now, and we can finally be at ease Victory us, am I right? Well, I think the next thing we should do is destroy this ship and get rid of this weapon he's been using. Wouldn't you agree, Leaf?
I'm just like looking at him, like giving him nothing. Like my face is just nothing. I gesture towards where Serafina was when the thunder wave went off.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, are you the one controlling these arcane models?
Well, of course, Leaf. These are my greatest assets.
I think as soon as he said yes, I put my hand up, like essentially on his face, or as close as I can get to it. And I'm gonna cast Sunbeam, which a beam of brilliant light flashes out from your hand in a 5-foot wide, 60-foot long line. Each creature in the line must make a con save. On a failed save, a creature takes 68 radiant damage and is blinded until your next turn.
Okay, a con save?
Yeah, con save.
Constitution.
I feel like there's advantage.
Oh my god. Roll 2 dice. One was a nat 20. The other one was a nat 1.
Solid.
Disadvantage. So I put my hand on Harold's forehead, cast Sunbeam, and the brilliant white light that shoots out of my hand does 33 damage.
Fucking hell. As you do that, his head just disappears with the beam.
Mm-hmm.
And a headless Harold kind of just falls to the ground. And then he flickers out of existence. Abzael, you just got thunder waved like a motherfucker. And as you and your hand was chopped off not long before that, as you kind of like regaining your footing, Abzael, there's a really painful burning sensation coming from your chest right now. And you can feel the pain in your hand has stopped, but it feels like something's just pulling at it. You can look down at your chest and you see what seems to be a black octagon just burned inside your chest. And your right hand now has this white light kind of coming from it as it starts to materialize back into your hand. Just in time you hear a very loud, whatever sunbeam sounds like. Pew! As a headless Herald hits the ground.
What else do I see around me?
A still unconscious Marco. That pile of white stuff where Nero's dead body was is no longer there.
I reach into my, I guess I have a pouch, and pull out with my hand, my rebuilt hand, and grab a health potion and start to crawl towards Marco.
Marco. There was a loud boom. And then you just woke up in your cot on the Tahoe. It's calm. As you kind of stare up at the ceiling of this wooden ship, you notice some eyes staring back at you. Familiar eyes, the eyes of a dragonborn. It's Nala, a friend. It's relieving, it's calm, it's warm. You're back home. A place you haven't been in a long time. Leaf. just sunbeamed Harold. And he went down like a peacock.
Of course. After Harold hit the ground, I kind of stayed in that position, with my hand up where his head once was. After a couple seconds, I lower it, and then I look towards Abzael, and he's crawling towards Marco with a health potion.
Yeah.
And I kind of walk over to him. And I think maybe now for either the first time or at least the first, close examination of your face, I see, the blood coming out of your nose, which presumably is maybe stopped, but was there.
Oh, yeah, stopped.
And your mouth and your ears. The beam is still coming out of my hand. It lasts a minute. Anyway. Pretty much just some Dragon Ball Z stuff. Anyway.
It's fucking Cyclops shit from X-Men.
Yeah. I put my visor back on, and the beam stops next to you. And I just extend out a hand to help you up.
I look up at him, take the potion from my hand, potion in my hand, and put it in his hand, and say, "Give this to Marco."
I take it, nod, and then walk over towards Marco's unconscious body.
Yeah. You get next to Marco with potion in hand. Then you just feel a crack in your hand, followed by an impact on the ground next to you as a arrow comes darting from the entrance of the ship back towards Block B and smashes this potion. As you look to where this arrow came from, you can see 3 individuals. Pan, Jiff, and Poots.
Should've let him die. Should've fucking let him die.
As the broken health potion drips onto the floor, I turn around to see where the arrow came from. I see Jiff, Pan, Captain Poots. I start walking towards them, and it builds up into a jog, and I just start running at them.
Mid-stride, Leaf, you just for whatever reason have this sudden urge that everything, this whole situation, just everything is fucking hilarious. So funny that you just stop running and you have to grab your gut or your stomach as you're laughing so hard.
Can I recognize in any way that I'm under a spell?
You felt this way once before, I believe.
Okay.
But it's not coming from these 3. If anything, it's coming from this voice behind you that's saying,
"Hello! Happy to see me again."
I think a shudder goes down my spine.
As you turn around to see where this familiar voice is coming from, you see a white and pink teddy bear-sized creature with a curly mustache and a very, very scary scar going down its left eye.
Which eye?
Left eye.
I'm back. And better than ever. Didn't you see my scar? Isn't it amazing? I did it myself.
Oh, fuck. That's terrifying. Am I still laughing hysterically?
Yep.
Okay. Struggling through the laughter, I guess. I turned to face Meh the Brash. Again, struggling through the laughter. Probably looks like I'm limping because I can't stop laughing. And just start walking towards him rather than Jiff, Pan, and Jiff, Pan, and Poots. Can I make a save? It's perpetual laughter.
Yeah, you can make a wisdom saving throw if you'd like.
Sure. Oh, let me clean out my dice tower. There's 96 D8 in here. You said wisdom save?
Yeah.
18.
The realization that everything is just so goddamn funny just kind of fades away. And then you realize who you're facing right now is Meh the Brash.
Yeah, I think...
The person you killed a while ago.
Yeah. I think the laughter, like, you know, when like clowns or mimes or whatever do that thing where they wipe their face, like the hand in front of their face, their emotions change. It's kind of like that, I think.
Okay.
From laughter to anger. And I do what I should have done the first time. And I turn into a lion and charge at meh.
Yeah, fuck it.
Does a 22 do it?
Yes. What? Yes.
Okay. Can Ben the Brash make a strength save, please?
I got 19.
All right, that's fine. So yeah, I leaped at you, but I do not knock you down. But I do take a big old bite out of you for 7 damage.
Yeah, you rush at Matt, and then as you put your front paws up to just kind of pounce on top of him, he stops him with his 2 front things, hands, paws. I don't know. As you guys are kind of locked in combat, you then bite at him, and you can hear the squeaky inside of him go off. Matt, what would you like to do?
I would like to kill this kid.
Okay, there's several ways you could do this. You've got
so-
acid splash. You've got that rainbow thing you do with your mouth.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so I'm going to do the little rainbow thing. And, you know, I think, like, my scar will make it, like, more powerful.
Sure.
I don't know how that works.
I put my finger up to my scar, and then I open my mouth to the ugly lion. Bombs away.
Yeah, Leaf, you bit this man, and then he just kind of touches his eye and unhinges his jaw. His mouth opens as wide as it possibly can, and then just the beam of the most beautiful rainbow hits you so hard. Makes a dex save, please.
8.
Fuck.
Roll those. It's only like a d6 normally.
10.
10 points of rainbow beam damage hits you.
I think I'm immune to that, actually.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no?
And then you actually get pushed back about 5 feet away from this little pink and white thing.
Back to me then.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna run at him, try to knock him down.
yeah.
I guess.
Try a bite again too while you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, again with the same tricks. You're really a one-trick pony, but you're like a lion, so like it's not even cool. Ponies at least have legs.
So lions do too.
No.
Yeah, you pounce at him again and go for another bite, and then as you bite into it, it feels like you're biting into metal. As you notice, the brash is no longer there, but it's the arcane model again. Abzael.
Yeah.
Abzael.
Yeah.
So, where'd we leave you? You were on the ground?
Yes.
As each second passed, you notice your strength coming back to you more and more. To the point where you're probably like half your hit points right now. I don't know. As you're kind of regaining the strength, you notice Leaf is now in the battle with Ma, but then turned into an arcane model. These 3 figures, Pan, Jif, and Poots, after Leaf kind of like diverted from them, you noticed all 3 of them kind of split off in 3 separate directions. Poots was heading towards that hole where the Eternal Dragon was. Jif was kind of heading straight to Leaf, and then Pan was heading towards you and Marco. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna get in between Pan and Marco. I'm gonna take out my thunderbow, and I kind of stop in between them and say, "What are you guys doing?"
She stops mid-run.
Not even a week ago, you were like, helped us. We're on the same team. What are you doing here?
I came here to save my sister, and now I'm saving my friends. And I fire the thunderbow at him. 7.
7?
Yeah.
Yeah, you shoot your thunderbow at Pan, and you miss him and just shoot right past him.
That was a warning shot.
Nice.
Don't come any closer.
Abzael, because of Nero, because of the person that you seem to be in fucking cahoots with right now, my people suffered. There was war, and so many died. And now you're helping this man? Now you're fighting with this man? If that's your warning shot, here's my rebuttal.
And she lets go a bolt straight into your sternum.
You didn't even roll for it.
Yeah, okay, sorry, I'll roll for it real quick. 15 plus 7.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah. 4 points of pain damage.
Piercing damage.
That's the word.
No. Pain.
Marco, you wake up in the bed of the Tahoe within the presence of your friend Nala, which you haven't seen in, man, it's been months, hasn't it? Hey, Marco. You gonna sleep all day? We could use a hand up there.
Nala,
Yes, Marco?
we talk about this shit all the time. Can I ask you something?
Well, of course, Marco. You can ask me anything.
What is life without death?
Huh. What a strange existential crisis to have right now. Life without death. Well, Marco, I see life as a cycle. When things die, they leave behind a fragment of themselves, which then regrows life. But without death, I suppose everything just becomes stagnant.
Do you think I've done enough work out there? So I think I should just stay here.
Well, Marco, I don't know. Let me ask you this. Are you able to close your eyes and not regret something you haven't done or have done yet? Is there something you still need to do?
I don't know. I think I've done all that I can.
Then maybe a few more dreams isn't really a bad idea.
I miss you.
Leaf, your teeth, you're currently biting an arcane model, and then it starts to flicker in and out of existence, and instead of metal you're now tasting what's tastes like decaying flesh.
Yikes.
What you can see just from your tiger eyes is a lion. Which one was it? Fuck! Don't do this to me now, boys.
Is this a bit?
Is it
or?
the lion?
Yeah.
Okay. Whew. Yeah. What you can see in your lion mouth is a dragonborn with his left hand seems to be made of metal.
Interesting.
And he, I guess, will question the fact that he's in a lion's jaws right now by simply saying,
"How in the world did I get here?"
This is gonna sound real weird. What part of him is in my mouth right now?
That's a great question. What part of it? I feel like his lower right leg, right?
I didn't know it was that kind of a party.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's got a little weird. Anyway,
All right, so right leg.
I think at this point, after the past couple encounters, I'm kind of over the arcane model. I think I'm just gonna bite down immediately.
Okay. Yeah, shit. I guess you can just straight up roll damage because he's already in your mouth.
Yeah. Fuck me. Blah blah blah. 5.
5, okay. It's fine. Yeah, you bite down, you get more like just decay pus in your mouth, and it's real disgusting. Hey, cross Tashtaduk.
Oh wow, you got it right.
Yeah. What would you like to do after this lion just bit you in the leg?
I'm gonna get angry.
Weird.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw my morning star, and in the name of my new god, the mockery, I'm just gonna smack him in the head.
Say common mocker.
The mockery. It's the god of violence and treachery.
Oh, not just death. That's good.
So do I have to like
roll a hit with advantage for sure.
That's a 2.
You can roll more.
Use the dice tower.
7.
Plus what?
Wow.
Probably like a 4, right? Plus a 4.
AC's 12.
AC 12. So like a 6, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's your strength plus your proficiency, so it's 4 plus 2. It's 6.
Yeah. It actually checks out.
Yeah.
So it hits you then.
So it hits.
It does.
Yeah. Roll damage. A morning star. That's
2d6 if I'm not
2d6.
mistaken.
Yeah. 2d6 plus 6. Yeah.
2d6 plus 6. Got it. That's 7 plus 6 is 13.
13. Yikes. That's enough for me to get reverted back to Leaf rather than Lion Leaf.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Are you still biting him?
He's a toe in his mouth.
Gross. I'm just going to cast the spell Flame Blade, which essentially a flaming scimitar appears in my hand, and I just slash him with it.
Okay.
Fair.
So I gotta roll to hit, I believe. 20.
Yeah.
That hits.
All right, let me roll the damage. 11.
11. Yeah. You come straight down with your flaming sword, and as you pierce through his decaying flesh, he just kind of falls back and flickers out of existence. And then you feel what feels like. Have you ever had a fly trap accidentally get stuck to you?
Yes,
Feels
actually.
like, it feels like a human-sized fly trap comes up and just kind of like grapples you and like outlines your the arm kind of comes around and matches up with your arm, and same on both sides, just kind of like reverse bear hugs you in a way, and now it just feels like you're stuck in like a weird gooey shit is on top of this. That's real sticky.
This is almost peanut butter-esque.
It's not peanut butter. It's like some like industrial grade adhesive.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And then you can just kind of hear in the back of your ear just someone whispering like, fly trap, more like leaf trap.
You could have said, it looks like you're in a sticky situation.
No, I think you're good.
I like mine. Leaf, you are now being bear hugged by a human fly trap.
Can I?
Can you try to pull yourself out of it?
Yeah, can I?
Yeah,
shrug
roll
him off
strength.
me? All right. My strongest stat. 16.
Yeah, you can pull away kind of like your like right arm from from Jeff, and then
Okay.
you can just like kind of just like get that free just from like your shoulder down, and then you start to see the arcane model in front of you start to like ripple in and out.
For fuck's sake.
And in its place is comes a clean shaving man in a nice suit with some tattered tennis shoes on. The facial structure looks very similar and strange, but there's no way. No. Wait. Is it?
Hello, Leaf. It's Alan.
I'm half human fly trapped. Alan Parrish stands before me. I have a flaming scimitar in my right hand.
Wow.
It's really rough to describe what's the room.
It's a very, man, that imagery.
You're in a very large room, by the way.
Okay.
A mall, almost. A space mall, if you could.
Space mall.
Space mall. Leaf is being human fly trapped with a flaming scimitar.
Marco's on the floor.
His body is an ash surrounding everywhere.
And me, clean shaven in a suit.
Fucking looking good. All right. I mean, I guess with you said I got my right hand free.
Yeah.
That's the hand with the flaming scimitar in it.
Yeah?
Can I stab it?
Who?
Whoever's on me. I don't know. They're behind me.
Oh. Yeah, you can try to stab. Roll with a disadvantage.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Oh my god. 20?
Yeah, it is. You kind of like just swing back and you like clip the back. He's like, fuck! I'm still attached to you, you piece of shit!
He takes 13.
13?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Kind of stab at him. He's like, fuck you, I'm still on back of you! And he just kind of takes a globule of that like human fly trap stuff and just kind of like just smears it in your mouth and your nose. So now like it becomes real difficult to start breathing.
Oh.
James, is there anything you would like to do in this period of time? You see your buddy Leaf being covered in like human flypaper material and goop and being suffocated now.
I'll turn into disaffected spray. Can I do that? No, I can't turn into a spray to help dissolve the
Goo?
the goo on Leaf's face.
You're turning into Gooby-Gon?
Just a large bottle would be fine.
Any animal.
Oh.
Household
I
object.
mean, industry is an animal all itself. Okay, new plant. Skunk. Will the stench do anything, do you think?
I think there's only one way to find out, really.
All right, yeah, let's do it.
Can't believe you're about to skunk me.
I'll either help or hurt. Only fate will tell.
Here, you can roll to skunk.
Okay, I just drop it in here.
Yep.
I have a 5 here.
5 plus your skunk proficiency. So, Leaf, you see Alan Parrish just kind of poop into a ball and poop out as a skunk. And the skunk just kind of turns around, lifts up its tail, and just sprays skunk spray all over you. If the smell isn't bad enough to imagine, right off the bat, the fucking burning sensation in your eyes is just the worst feeling ever.
Thanks for nothing, dude.
Now you're suffocating, and, your eyes hurt a lot now, too.
Okay.
I mean, you can't smell it, so it could be worse.
Good downtown.
I've been defeated. This is how I go out. Smelly. I think I've had enough of this nonsense. With my free hand, I'm going to, 1, get rid of the flame sword. 2, I reach into a little pouch of mine and then take my hand out. And now crawling on my hand is a scorpion.
Is this Jeff?
This is Jeff. And I go ahead and flick my hand up, and Jeff flies into the air. And I cast the spell Giant Insect. And Jeff goes from a normal sized scorpion to a scorpion the size of a punch buggy.
Jesus Christ.
It's a very specific car.
Yeah,
Better
why
than
not?
skunk.
I think Jeff's gonna get Jeff off of me. Jeff on Jeff action.
Okay. You throw this giant scorpion behind you and it lands. And then a puff of skunk mist comes out. And then the skunk just disappears into the model once again. I'm so sorry, James.
James's comeback moment.
I feel like that was very satisfying for my character, actually. To turn into a skunk, do nothing and then die.
You throw this giant scorpion up from behind you, and it lands behind. And it's going to take one of its pincers and just kind of like pinch Jiff. Are you trying to like kill him?
No.
Okay. It's going to pinch Jiff, and then with its other pincer kind of pinch you and just try to pull you apart. And it does, but not before it just like rips off all of your clothes. Well, whatever you were wearing kind of gets stuck to Jiff as you get pulled apart.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, and now you're separate. Abzael,
Yes.
you just got shot in the side with an arrow.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
I'm gonna look towards its pan, right?
Yeah,
Look towards pan. Hold
pan
up.
towards pan.
I'm gonna pan towards pan. Hold up my rocket fist and launch it at him.
Roll to hit.
Sorry, her. 17,
Yeah, that hits.
18 damage.
You let go of this rocket fist straight into her chest, and she gets like kind of fucking knocked back with it, and the wind kind of taken out of her. She rolls to her side, and then just kind of lets go another arrow. This one looks weird and different. The fact that it's got this like yellowish tinge on it. This arrow hits you, and this like yellow tinge just kind of like spreads from the arrow, and then onto your chest, and then to your hands. And now every time you try to like do something with one of your hands, it does it for the opposite one of the hands. And now you just have
Hold
like
on.
disadvantage on anything you do with your hands.
I currently don't have one in my hands because it's been rocketed at it.
Yeah. Squeeze your right hand, your left hand squeezes. Squeeze your right hand, your left hand squeezes.
Okay.
Oh, also you take damage.
Oh, also, you're unconscious.
Ooh, 6 plus 5 plus another 6. 12, 17 damage.
Okay.
What would you like to do now?
So I'm
Some
guessing
arrow just kind of sticking out of your chest.
I reach to take the arrow out of my chest.
As you reach up with your left hand. Fuck, no, you're right. Oh, shit. Anyway, one of your hands
Does it
grabbing the
matter?
arrow. You rip out this arrow. You notice there's just like from that hole in your chest, this white light just kind of appears and starts to close up the wound.
Question: have I gained back any more health, or am I still?
Yes.
Is it my turn again now?
Yeah.
In my mind, try to point the right arm at Pan. So I guess my left arm will go there,
Okay.
and try to launch my right arm.
You were actively thinking about doing this, and then when you go to launch it, instead of launching it, a weapon appears in your hand. It's like a mace, but the end seems to have a spiral line of saw blades that lead up to the end of the sphere. What would you like to do now?
I guess run at her with the mace.
Okay. Yeah, you clear the distance and you roll to hit.
Yeah.
With disadvantage, yes. Thank you, Ryan.
I rolled a 2.
2, cool. You clear the distance and you come swinging down with this mace, but like this shit's heavy as fuck, and you weren't expecting it, and you miss her completely. It hits the ground, and just a very like loud, thunderous, just shock, kind of shakes the whole ship. At this point, you notice there's like a white light just kind of radiating behind you, and if you just turn to your left, like peek over your shoulder, you can see you have like these angelic white wings, just kind of bright white wings peering from your back. Not similarly, but exactly like Nero had. Leaf, you just got pulled off of Jalarms. You just got pulled off of the human fly trap known as Jiff by a giant scorpion. And then as you kind of let free, and then the scorpion just kind of throws Jiff to the side as his own hellscape of being just glued to himself at this point. You notice the arcane model gets up by itself, and it's not anything yet. And then it starts walking towards you, and then you can see like its right arm and its left leg just fall off. And then it falls forward. The whole body kind of flickers in and out of existence, and in its place is a very moldy piece of gelatin that's got
bite marks in it.
It's got
really
bite-
gross bite marks, and instead of instruments in there, there's actually Skrillex floating in there, inanimate, trapped. You don't know if he's dead or if he could be revived, but yeah.
You're a monster.
The other arm and leg of this robot flicker into existence. In its place is a humanoid figure. As they stand up, half their body seems to be covered in old burn scars. One's like, oh shit, that's Aldrich, and this piece of sentient jello with a human in it.
Can we call him Jello shit instead of Jello shot?
I'll jello shit down your throat, bitch.
Okay.
Donovan, what do you want to do?
Like I said before, I'm kind of over it. I look behind me at Jeff.
Jeff?
No, Jeff.
Oh, Jeff. Sorry,
Yeah.
Jeff, the giant scorpion, of course. My
Yes.
bad.
Yeah, I turn around towards Jeff and just point towards Oshot.
Okay.
And then I make my way towards Aldrich.
Jeff just kind of he walks over to Oshot and just kind of drops his giant scorpion pincer inside Oshot. You can see like where his tip of his pincer,
Tail?
spike tail, his stabby point releases what seems to be like this cloud of, you can only presume venom inside Oshot, and you can see right through him. But Oshot doesn't seem to be affected by poison because he's like made up of acid or something. And if anything, Jeff's tail starts to like burn and sizzle.
Huh. Awkward.
Oshot, what would you like to do?
Can I, like, I guess, engulf more of this scorpion thing to try and dissolve it?
Yeah.
What the fuck, bro? It's Jeff.
Yeah. You just kind of like go up the rest of their tail, and you can just start to see Jeff's tail just disintegrate as he goes through it.
Come on, man.
I'll make it burn them.
Aldrich.
Skrillex,
Wait,
featuring
what's up with this?
Ziggy Marley.
Aldrich, the scene that you have woken up in is very weird. Mostly naked, Leaf is approaching you now.
Sup? No, I don't do it.
I feel like Audrich's not doing anything at the moment because kind of taking in the entire scene, very confused, ready to...
There's a dead
Big
Marco,
mistake.
there's a angel Abzael, there's a gelatin eating a scorpion, and a naked man walking towards you.
Yeah, he's on fight or flight, so he's going to let you make the first move.
All right, well, fight it is. I resummon the flame scimitar,
Okay.
and I'm gonna swing at Aldrich. 14.
Yeah, your flame scimitar comes straight down on their burned side, and it just touches it, and they don't react at all. Make eye contact with you.
It's hardcore, bro. That's all I got.
Okay, if that's the way that it's going to be, then with the scimitar still making contact, Audrich grabs hold of the blade by the blade and shoves it off,
Okay. Pretty metal.
Yeah.
and then takes out his greatsword.
Yeah, I guess roll to murder him.
Oh god, what was my dex? I think it was like 3.
Yep.
That's a 20.
Nat?
Natural.
Get fucked!
Hey, Aldrich, if you would like to roll me a damage die. Greatsword, was that D12, 2D6?
That's 2d6.
2D6? Cool.
It's been forever since I've used one because of Arcane. A 4 and a 3.
7 plus your strength.
My strength was like off the walls.
So
It was 20. I think it was a 20, so it's plus 5.
hold on. 7 plus 5 is 9. No.
12.
12.
Double.
And then you add 7 again? Or do you add double that.
Oh, we double that.
So
So 24.
24 damage comes screeching down right across Baby Leaf's naked bod.
My turn.
Hold on, let me go look at the dead scorpion. I think I think at this point, Oshot's made his way clean through Jeff.
Fuck you. Yikes.
That's my Jello. That's my O-shot noise, by the way.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and reach into the different pouch and take out 3 centipedes.
Okay.
Throw them at Aldrich, and as they come in contact with you, they become giant centipedes.
Okay.
And I guess they'll attack you.
You throw these 3 centipedes up, they land down as like fucking dog-sized centipedes now just creepily crawl towards you. They just kind of like crawl up your body, and then you just kind of flip out of existence, and then an arm and a leg kind of drop down, and then you just see Oshot just kind of flip out too as just a broken robot. Abzael, you've just biffed it at hitting Pan. She kind of like grabs your hair, rips your head back, and just knees you in the face.
Jesus.
You'll take
UFC.
7 points of damage.
After she knees me in the face, in response, Hellish Rebuke happens.
Okay.
She'll take 6.
6?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just kind of like engulf her in like these hellish flames, and you can she's visibly bloody. At this point, she goes down to one knee with heavy panting.
Abzael, we're just trying to do the right thing here. I'm sorry.
And from her back, she pulls out this little metal canister that looks like it's got 2 arcane crystals that seem to be like wrapped in some black coil. She presses the button on top of this canister, and you see these crystals just get really, really bright. And he just throws it at you. This canister hits you. It just erupts. And you can just feel like your entire being, even like your soul to a degree, is being ripped out of your body as you're flung hard against this wall, if not through the wall. And then you're flung into the eternal dragon's chambers. And you hit the ground, and you rolled, and you come rumbling and rolling to a stop. As you're in a daze, you can kind of like scan the new room you're in, and you can see Poots is in the process right now of rigging up what seems to be these large clip-on pillars that seem to attach to these chains. And he's filling them with these crystals, and he's loading them up, and he's doing that to every single chain.
I'm gonna go after him and stop him by using. I'm gonna hit him with my rocket fist.
Okay.
Does a 12 hit?
You shoot your rocket fist off in his direction, but you can kind of see him like he was aware of your presence when you got burst through the room. Here's a rocket fist coming his direction, turns around, and with like the butt of his crossbow just kind of smacks it away, and then lets go another arrow in your direction. You just rolled that one. He lets go of this crossbow bolt, and he goes careening off, and then just like hits the eternal dragon on its scale, and it chips off one of the scales and it lands in front of your feet. Leaf.
Mm-hmm.
How fucked up are you right now?
Health-wise, not actually too bad.
No? Okay.
Just because I've been transforming into things.
Okay.
But I think
Mental state?
Mental state, he's fucking exhausted. He's been fighting for like the last however long straight, and he's fucking beat.
The arcane model's in bits. It's in pieces.
Yeah.
You can still see Jiff just like struggling with the glue that's covered him, and he's like, fucking shit.
And I just saw Pan throw a nuclear bomb at Abzael, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Are they close together at all?
Who?
Pan and Jiff?
Just probably like 10 feet behind you, and then Pan's probably another 20 feet off behind you to your right.
Okay. And do I know... have I been able to pay attention to how bad Abzael might be?
It's weird. You've been able to keep glimpses out of the corner of your eye of Abzael. Like, he was really fucked up after he got both his arms chopped off. And then he just seemed to be doing better and better, and now he's like a fucking, like, radiating this pure white light.
Okay. I'm not worried about him. Then I'm just going to go over to Jiff and say, Harold just isn't who you think he is. You have to trust us. And
Leaf, you're telling me to betray the man that helped save my planet and stop the hatred that was going on in there.
no, that was us that did that.
Well, then look out behind you.
As a flipper just kind of, as you turn around to look behind you, a flipper smacks you across the face.
Excuse me?
Like a fish flipper. As you kind of stumble back, you see it looks like a naked man that's been morphed with like a weird large beta fish.
We talking like, what are we talking here?
We're talking like some weird fucking like half man, half fish, but not in a good way. Like a really creepy, weird, like what the fuck way. You
So
know?
not like mermaid or even like bottom half human, top half fish. It's
No.
like sideways.
Like left, yeah, like
Yeah.
sideways.
Yikes.
And I guess he'll greet you by saying,
Get out of my way.
Oh man. Fucking hell. Like I said, I think Leaf's exhausted. How big is is Milton Bradley the fish person?
I am now 6'5".
Okay. I'm going to run at Milton Bradley the fish person at this point. Jump into the air and do like a half front flip. And then, just like food chain style, I'm just going to turn into a killer whale. And jump, I guess.
I'm down.
yeah, okay. You turn into a killer whale?
Is he coming at me right now?
Yep.
Like he's flying at me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So what are the odds that I jump into his mouth, like into his body, before he can chomp down and like get into where he like jump into his stomach? Can I do that?
What are the odds I swallow you whole?
Yeah, I want him to swallow me whole.
If you roll,
because I'm gonna kill him from the inside.
How does this work?
It doesn't.
Just roll me a dex.
What's a dex?
Roll a d20, then add your dex modifier, which should be like a fucking high number, right? It's like a 4 or 5.
Oh, we can go with 4. Damn it!
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 1.
No!
Luckily, that's a 5 if my math is correct.
Yeah, but you rolled a 1, buddy.
I love it. What happened?
So you critically failed.
Nice.
So Leaf turns into this killer whale, and then just like chomps down on you, and you jump in there, fucking ready just to punch the shit out of his like intestines, and he just chomps down on you with like teeth and all, and you don't get swallowed whole. No, you just get bit in half.
Which half is out and which half's in?
Feet are out.
Head's in?
Is in.
So I can still crawl down there, though. I can still crawl. I got arms. Well, I got a fin and an arm, right?
He's
I'm like
determined.
I'm half fish. Can I move?
Yeah, please. No, do something weird.
All right. So now I'm going to try to crawl down his throat.
Okay.
And I'm trying to. Actually, I'm going to lodge in his neck. And I'm just going to like at his neck.
Yeah.
With my one hand.
Yeah.
Damn it! I got a 5, which is a 10. Right, math?
Yeah.
Or 9? I don't know.
What's the AC on a killer whale?
It doesn't have
Internal.
my insides here.
Then I win, right?
It says
I win.
12.
I think -5 for inside.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say. Milton Bradley, with your years of monk training and your now fish god powers, you get bit in half when Leaf bites and chomps you.
Right.
But like your upper torso's still going, and you crawl in there, and you get a few good punches in there. So much to a point where just like Leaf, you feel like someone's like drilling through your throat, and like they do in your killer whale form. And when they do, like a whole bunch of whale blood comes out, and then you poof back into regular Leaf. And
Am I still in his throat?
no. But what is happening is half of Milton Bradley, the hermit fish, his new form, has just punched through a whale leaf, and then he flickers in and out of existence. And in his place is a broken arcane model. We see Harold sitting on the mothership in his chair. He smiles, closes his eyes, and then instead of him flickering out, the world does. Instead of sitting in the chair, he's now standing in the middle of this chaos on Nero's ship. Abzael's off trying to stop Poots. Pan lays unconscious on the floor. Marco's body still on the ground. Leaf stands over Jiff, covered in glue. Leaf, I've been avoiding doing this, but you leave me no choice. He raises one hand, and then the lower hand, or the smaller hand, raises with it. Open palm facing towards you. Leaf, maybe in a different universe, we could have been allies. And a blue beam emits from his hands and strikes Leaf. Leaf, instead of feeling pain from where this beam hit you or where you dodge it or whatever, you are just in this field. You're in this purple field filled with blue nodes everywhere. Each node has a still image of a being. As you're gazing upon this field, you can see some of the arcane models that you've just fought recently. Milton Bradley, Jello Shot, so on and so forth. But among these nodes is a very bright blue one. Seems to sit taller than all the others. You approach it, you look in, and you see Marco.